Good evening and welcome to our Skinner Middle School 8th grade debate. I am the MC, Nate Braden, and I want to welcome you in the audience to our competition, which is going to be debating themes of American government, sponsored by our company American the World Incorporated. And I'll tell you a little bit about what the students have been doing over the year and describe a little bit of why and what we're doing and how we've done it. So the kids have been studying these 5 topics in American government. They are the origins of our government. They are the Constitution, Congress, the presidency, and the Supreme Court. So we'll be covering all of those topics tonight. And they have been reading that curriculum and studying this material for the last 8 months. And so what we do here is we kind of operate on a crawl, walk, run theory. So first we need them to master the basic facts of each topic, and that'll be our lightning round. That's the crawl section. Then they will have to draw conclusions from those facts. That is in quotes that we present from famous political people, and they're going to have to identify that and answer questions, and that is the walk portion of the debate. And finally, they're going to run, and that's going to be the debate itself. So they're going to have some time to prepare opening statements and then go at it. So one night only of intellectual combat. And then I will add up the scores afterwards, and we will determine the winner. So there's a $1,500 cash prize. So you better hope that my math skills don't fail me, right? Because you know the old saying, there are 3 kinds of people in this world. Those who can do math and those who can't. People, that's free. That's free comedy. Come on now. I don't even charge for that. Okay. So now, I've told you the what, the why, and the how. Most importantly, let's get to the who. So I'm going to introduce our 8th graders. So starting on my right, our origins of the U.S. government expert is going to be Bentlin, followed by Daniela Couture. She's going to be covering the Constitution. Mr. Oliver Groner is our congressional expert. Then Mr. Roman Chavez, he's going to be covering the presidency. And our cleanup hitter is going to be Joe Bleier, and he is our subject matter expert in the Supreme Court. Their competition in this corner, weighing in at... don't worry, I won't ask your weight. Okay, Miss Isla Anderson. She's going to be covering the origins of the U.S. origins of the American government. Our constitutional expert is going to be Mr. Jonathan Oakes, followed by our congressional subject matter guru. That's Isaac Fentress. The presidency will be carried by Ryan Trujillo Falcone. And finally, the cleanup hitter on the Supreme Court is Mr. Jack Arnold. So let's get started with our lightning round. Bella, you're going to be first. The students will any questions as they can in 1 minute for 1 point each. Bella, are you ready?
Yes.
The right of a person accused of a crime to be formally charged.
Habeas corpus.
Athens' greatest statesman.
Plato.
Greek for rule of the people.
Demoskratos.
This city-state was well known for its militarism.
Sparta.
They fought the Spartans in the Peloponnesian War.
Persia.
Define contemporaries.
Peers.
What is militarism? What is militarism?
A military-based government.
Author of the Republic.
Plato.
What form of government did Socrates prefer?
Philosopher king.
This method of argument boils down an issue to its most basic facts.
Socratic dialogue.
Define repelled.
To push away.
Define derive.
To pull from something.
This Macedonian leader conquered most of the Middle East before he was 25.
Alexander the Great.
Latin for public thing.
Res publica.
These 2 rivers were the northern border of the Roman Empire.
The Danube and the Rhine.
Greek for city-state.
Polis.
This Roman institution represented the common people.
The plebeian council.
Okay, our lightning round. Now we go next to our quote. Bella, here's your quote that you're going to have to identify. Sometimes I've been charged with being an elitist. Well, of course I am. What do people expect? God forbid that we should be without an elite. Is everything to be done by a gray mediocrity? So, first of all,
George Kennan.
who was he?
He was an American diplomat in Russia.
Why did he become famous?
He was the one who declared that Russia would become the United States' enemies in the Cold War.
And what was the name of the famous piece he wrote that was published in Foreign Affairs magazine?
Something Tolbooth.
Okay, and finally, do you agree with it? This quote.
Yes, because if you think about it, what he's saying is that democracy is being done under the influence of that everybody should get a fair turn, but really an elitist is somebody who can bring new ideas to the table and can bring more beneficial facts because they have more experience, although it is a good idea to have people who represent the government and who are the average citizen.
Okay,